Welcome back. I'm Yanni.
Oh, not yet. They told you.
Welcome back. I'm Yanni. We're going to talk about insecurities today.
What we think? We got you. Whoop whoop from the door. Came through with the opening.
I'm so done. Oh my
She
God.
was sitting over there like, is it on me? Is it? Killed it. Give me some. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we had to pick her because we tired of her coming on. I'm just playing. No, it's cool. It's totally cool. It's
Make the dream work.
Make the dream work.
Absolutely.
Make the dream work. Yep.
Insecurities though.
Everybody has some issues. I'll go first, unless y'all really tired of him.
No, we ain't tired of you.
Okay.
We tired of you. No, we not tired of you.
I want to get mine on out the way.
All right, come on.
So, something happened to me some years ago. I was engaged, right? And I broke it off, because we went through counseling and it obviously wasn't going to work. But I was in a car accident. Well, we were in a car accident together. Both of us kind of hurt up pretty bad. But they refused treatment. And I came into, it was like the deal breaker was they never went to the doctor to kind of see exactly what was wrong. Now, I'm watching your comprehension decline and all of this. Well, after I didn't feel bad about it because I was like, if you don't care enough about yourself to we get married, I really didn't sign, and this might sound harsh. I don't know if I said it like this. I may have.
I'll tell you if you said it because you told me the story. I'll tell you.
But I was like, I didn't sign up to be a nurse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't. Like, my whole point, if you can't think enough about our relationship and our future to go see what's wrong, get it fixed or whatever, then I don't think we need to be, together. So fast forward, like now, I'm all about putting everything on the table. Derek is against that, but let me regurgitate everything. Hey, listen, this is what's going on.
She's so disrespectful, man.
Listen, I'm just referring back to the other, recordings.
Putting everything on the table.
Yeah, because you want.
Talking about up front?
Yeah.
So you want to tell me all of you up front? No, first of all, no, I don't want to hear. All of
it
you.
might be necessary. You might want all those pieces. I don't know.
So what? I mean, like what? I mean, like your deep, darkest.
Not all the deep dark. You don't want to know all that.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying like stuff that's pertinent. Like
Kimmy J, you feel me?
no,
You better agree. Okay, all right. You know what?
Goes back to
They
what I
so
was saying
flaky,
about-
man. They so flaky.
That goes back to what I was
Now
saying
off
about
camera, she try to act like she my dog, but then get on camera, it's gonna be flaky. You see what I'm saying? Man, that's crazy.
People need to know.
But then I'll be lying if I say that I don't. Like, we're
But
not here
up
to
front, no, you got my back. I feel you. But I'm just saying, some things. Okay, if we hang out for the first time,
Not everything.
Conversation.
Not
you
everything.
talk about wherever the conversation goes. It's not like, well, let me tell you what happened.
now I'm open. Now don't get me. I'm open to
10,
a good
15
conversation,
and all that.
but at the same time, I guess my thing is, I feel like you don't just put that kind of weight on people like immediately. Like, don't be. I mean, I don't know
Maybe
you.
you're not the person for me because I feel like if you got a lot of, which will be baggage,
Yeah.
it's either gonna run you away or you're gonna.
But say the things that's important. I mean, talk about the important things.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. No, I'm a person that likes to communicate and talk. So I understand the importance and I value communication. So a lot of the way people think does come out by what they share. Mm-hmm. So what do you think about these different things? And so if the conversation kind of goes into certain areas, If you're comfortable, then cool, but it's not an expectation.
But what about marriage? Like you're a divorced person, and then you dating. So should that be something that should come out? Should that be
Yeah.
something?
Oh yeah. No, something like that. Yeah. Like, hey, I mean, don't be like, hey, I'm divorced. How you doing? No, but
Not like that.
but I am saying if you're talking about interest and you're like, well, tell me about yourself. Well, I'm such and such, da da da. This is where I come from. I'm divorced. I've been married. Blah 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 blah. Blah. I mean, those kind of things. I mean, but
That's what Sorella's saying.
But don't be like. But I'm saying don't be like in the. I was in a real bad marriage, right? And in the marriage, she was the type.
I don't like to really talk about my exes with people.
Yeah.
I don't like to do that. I mean,
It's
unless
irrelevant.
it's now if you got some similar traits, we finna have a conversation.
Yeah.
But just off the flip, I don't like to bring in.
Well, not necessarily like sit there and have a
Nothing
full blown
like that.
conversation about them, but just kind of talking about you was married and XYZ.
I guess for me, this is my thing, right? So if I'm talking to somebody about my past, it's more than likely not going to be at what they necessarily did to me. It's what I may have messed up in and gained out of it. I hate the victim mentality.
Right.
That
Right. I agree with
aggravates
that.
me. Most of the time, the person who comes in the situation talking about how bad the other person is, oh yeah.
Except for
That's a
my
red
case.
flag.
Except for who? I said except for my case.
Gee,
I'm
is
just
it?
on that.
The 3-strike lady? No, I'm just don't.
Okay,
That's
so
okay.
what happened?
Oh, so the reason why, because it's insecurity. So fast forward, like I would feel bad if I was dating somebody, it's serious, and then I didn't like disclose. Like I have a medical condition that I could potentially,
Right.
Oh, that's real.
go into, and I want that person to actually really. That's
If
a
they
lot of
wanna-
responsibility.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
are they ready for that? If not, then maybe we need to just stay friends or
Right.
be a support, be a something. But I feel like certain things like that is an insecurity at the same time, because some people are like, oh, I ain't signed up for all of that.
Yeah. That's understandable.
So,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like, I don't know. I think about it, it's like, man, here it is. I done dumped this dude because I didn't want to be his nurse, and then I got this going on that could potentially, whoever my mate is, end up taking care of me for the rest of my life. It's kind of like, but I still don't feel bad about it, because
Definitely.
if you don't think enough about yourself, at least I am being proactive, and you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to make it to where I'm, able to live as long as I possibly can,
Definitely.
and letting the other person know. So that's what I meant. I wasn't meant by deep dark secrets, but I'm saying that's like important. Like, I
feel
wouldn't
it.
want to put that on nobody, and they like, oh, why you ain't lead with that?
Right.
You know, because I would want to know. 'Cause I'm
Exactly.
like, okay,
Something like that, you
which
definitely.
box are you in right
Exactly.
now? Because I might not, be equipped to even handle that.
I think honesty is always the very important policy. But I think when leading with transparency, I think we just have to gauge a certain level of openness.
Right.
How open, be honest, but how open am I really able to be?
Well, see, I guess I'm one of those people that I'm not embarrassed by anything. Like, and I like to say I don't care what people think, 'cause
I get it.
care at a certain level.
I get it.
But at the same time, I have a bone marrow disease, right? So, which could potentially turn into cancer down the line.
But it
No
won't.
cure,
That's right.
except for prayer and all that with God. But so if I come to the table with that, I'm gonna need, if we're working towards something, I'm gonna need you to understand what's going on with me. I'm gonna need you to be able to, like, educate yourself, because it might be too much for you.
Right.
That's real.
Because it's a lot that I go through just myself, but I need to know whether or not you're gonna be a support, or
Right.
you just gonna be like,
So you're saying that's an insecurity?
yeah, that's very much an insecurity for me, because no one has to deal with that.
Yeah.
I can be the best person in the world, you know, but that one little thing could be a
Deal breaker.
So
That's real. That's real. How do you how do y'all counteract y'all insecurity? Like, what do you do in whatever you feel? Do you mask them? Do you cover them? Do you feel like?
How do I? Again, I'm still working through some of my insecurities. A lot of it, like I wasn't aware of until going through some things, and then certain things about me will come out, and then I'm like, well, let me back up. When I was being in counseling, kind of helped me to be more aware of some of my insecurities. Like I'm talking to my counselor, and I would tell her like this happened and that happened, and then she would like point out certain things, and it's like an aha moment. Like, oh, okay, I do see where my insecurity is in that way, and that's something that I'm working through right now. Like, just being honest with that, especially with where men are involved, because I didn't have my father, and you know the cliche, you know, you don't have a father, and then you know women act this way and that and the other, and I think that plays a big role in some of my insecurities. You know, first of all, in the kind of guys that I choose, and then get insecure from choosing those certain type of guys because of how I'm being treated when in the relationship. So that kind of dampers on my insecurities.
That's totally real. I will say this too. I commend you for even being a person that was willing to go to counseling, because I've been to counseling, and you know, those that are in church and stuff like that, let me explain something to you. Every pastor is not a counselor. And so what you have is spiritual advice, you know, but I believe that God plants people in these professions, these fields, these callings to be a help. Mental health is very important. I'm a major advocate for it. And one of the things that I had to address, that even though I was busy doing so many things, I had to confront things that I ignored, even as a man. And the reason why I think it was very vital is because I didn't want to pass these traits down to my children.
Right.
And it's so vital. And then especially when you're talking about leading and helping people, it is so important. And even if you're not so much in a leadership role in any capacity of life, just as an individual, that's a part of self-care and loving of yourself. And you need to face it and fix it and stop making it everybody's responsibility to just deal with your crap. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes that's what tends to happen. And I think in our generation, primarily, this is why we deal with so much of the victim mentality, because nobody wants to face themselves.
Right.
It's everybody else is the problem.
Right.
It's you. No, it's been you too, you know. And I feel you on that. And I found some things in myself like, man, I didn't even realize how these situations had an impact on me and shaped my values, my views, and why I'm the way that I am, and how I respond to certain things because of those facets. So, man, I can relate.
Things that people pointed out to you, or you just kind of do self-discovery?
Actually both. I don't know what it is about why God made me the way he did. And I kind of used to think I was weird until I've embraced the uniqueness.
Look, we're all weird.
Yeah.
Look, my saying, we're all weird in our own ways. We all weird. All
No,
of
we
us.
want to hear it.
I don't like this lady. No, I'm just
Hey, that's my friend. How you gonna
I'm just teasing. But no, but I'm a person that I'm very in tune with myself. Like, I know what I feel, why I feel what I feel. If it's not if I say I don't like something, I'm not trying to figure out I don't like something. I don't like that, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. I don't like it because it's not necessarily, but also in those conversations, by unpacking situations and things that have happened. And like you said, I think that's what's so vital, because here's someone that has nothing to gain, to basically say, hey, here's a mirror, here's some things that points out where you're at. So
We haven't heard from you, Yanni.
Well, I was letting y'all talk.
yeah.
My insecurities are more so like my physical appearance. Yeah.
So do you mask it? Do you talk about it?
Yeah, I do. That's why I put these big old eyelashes on to open up my eyes.
So,
Which
so you would not talk to. I need some help with that one.
What?
So your eyes or your appearance is gonna keep you from what? Like not talking to people, or
No, just
I can't even
it's my
understand
own
the insecurity about your body. You talking about your body?
My body, my eyes.
I mean, you have a body that people are
I know they
women are.
they're paying for it, but
Why does
it wasn't
that make you
always,
insecure though?
Probably childhood traumas. You know,
Are
what
you-
someone said to me on a regular basis as a child. So I grew up not liking my shape. I thought she said I was abnormal. So I didn't embrace myself. So,
have you figured out ways to kind of deal with that, or
Oh,
you
yeah.
just kind of like you're gonna continue to?
oh no, I love myself now, but you know. Yes, I love myself. It's a daily thing, you know. You look in the mirror, you embrace how God created you, and He made you perfectly fine just the way you are, and you tell yourself and you believe that every day, and every day gets easier. So, but that's what I struggled with most of my life. So,
Like Derek said, you got to be honest with yourself and reevaluating. I'm big on reevaluating yourself. So
yeah.
that definitely plays a big part.
That's totally real. I think at the end of the day, what it boils down to is, like we say, honesty. Here's the most amazing thing about insecurities. Everybody has them. So no one is excluded. Everyone is included, whether you know yours or maybe you don't know yours, but those that understand them, and it is those things that remind us of how human we are and that we are a work in progress. I believe that insecurities often humbles us to realize and to respect process and even the process of others. If you take anything away from this show tonight and what we're sharing with you is face it. Be self-aware, but do the work that it takes to fix it. Because it's not about just being healed from it, it's about being whole. So it's even how you look at yourself. Is I know someone may have said some things about you or to you or whatever that have maybe shaped some concepts about you. Say, man, maybe I don't have the goods, but it's realigning yourself and affirming yourself. Someone mentioned God, the way God says it. And that's what I agree with. Saying it the way God sees you. You're perfectly imperfect. Remember that. You're amazing. Until next time, holla at us, Butterfly Effect.